And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, everybody. And the card on it would say, thank you for being a friend. Bum, 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 bum. Know the song? I hope you do. Are you a morning person? I am. Everything that's worth a damn that comes out of me happens in the morning, including bowel movements. Okay, moving on. Hey, welcome. It's 7:30 a.m. on a Thursday. You're live singing Golden Girls. Did you watch the show back in the day? Did you used to watch that? I did. Love Golden Girls. Love me some Golden Girls. But the life hacks from the Golden Girls, we will get to in just a moment. Hey, the question of the week. What does it mean to turn the other cheek? That's what I've been thinking about. I have heard so many times what everybody thinks that word, that verse means. I don't know. It's just the reason I asked that question is because I'm getting this vibe from just life around me, from just other Christians around me, that they think that Jesus was just a big giant pacifist and just kind of a pushover and just kind of accepted. And when you ask people like, what is love? It seems like, I could be wrong, it seems like what's going on today is that people's interpretation of the idea and the concept of love is just being a pushover. That's why I'm asking the question, what does it mean to turn the other cheek? What did Jesus really mean by that? Was he talking about just kind of be a pacifist pushover, don't really do anything, don't stand up, don't do this, that, and the other? So that's the question. Maybe you just think about it for yourself. Put it in the comments, private message me. I don't know. When you see me in real life, if we're friends or whatnot, let me know. Back to the Friends thing. There's a reason I was singing the Golden Girls theme song. It's because it was on my mind this morning. Because it has to do with just the number one problem in the world today. And I know there's a lot of problems. I know you've seen a lot of problems. If you spend any time on the internet will tell you all the problems in the world today. But while you're looking at all this other crap, political movements, political parties, not enough money, too much money, not enough oil, too much oil, environment gonna just go to hell and back, you're missing the bigger picture. And here it is right here, the number one problem going on in the world, and it's always been like this: horrible relationships. I don't know if it's always been like this. There might have been times where people, societies, families, let's just start with the family, where families had better relationships between the family. But nowadays, it's like nobody even knows what a damn family's supposed to look like because everybody and their brother is a child of divorce. It's miserable. And the reason is because I spend a lot of time on the internet, just looking around at stuff, just looking, watching videos. I see all these experts, secular experts, telling you how to date when you hit 40. You know how many reels there are? The TikTok videos or Facebook reels. That's like just blonde white chicks telling you how to date when you're 40. There's so many of them, man. Tons. how many Facebook preachers there are. And, I'm probably guilty of being a Facebook preacher, being a little bit preachy, trying to move away from that because I realize it's just garbage being pumped into the atmosphere. I'm trying to be not as negative. I'm just trying to get to the point, the reality of the situation. And that is the only problem really going on is also the only solution. The only solution to fix the world and all this other crap is better relationships. Nobody really knows how to be a friend. I say nobody. I don't mean nobody. I just mean the vast majority of people. Here, let's do this. I'm going to Google real quick. I'm just going to go over here on another tab. What the hell does it mean? What is the definition of the word friend? Friend definition. Let's just see what that is. Shall we? Here, I'm going to even bring it up let's just bring it up on a window, a Chrome tab. Yeah. Friends, go, share. What about that? What do we got there? There it is. A person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection. Typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. Right? So somebody that you're sleeping with is probably not your friend. Here, get rid of that. Okay. Somebody that you're sleeping with, probably not your friend. Though, to get to the point where you'll sleep with somebody, you should probably be friends. Family member, not really a friend. This is somebody that you chose. Like the difference is, I'm thinking, is that you don't really choose your family. You're just kind of stuck with them. But a friend, you actually choose. You choose to be friends with somebody. And just people's horrible relationships these days. Just think about that. Do you look at your own relationships, your friendships, and ask yourself, would anybody want the relationships that I have? And I hope that the answer is yes. I can say with total confidence in my life, the answer would be yes. Yeah, people would say, I want to have a friendship like Preston has friendships. And who are these people that are looking at me, admiring my relationships? Who are they? My children. My children. Nobody else. It's not for anybody else to see. But I am a parent. And it's my job to influence my children. It's not my job to influence social media. It's just something dumb that I do. It is my job, however, to influence these 3 children that God gave me, who are all teenagers now, young adults. And everybody's running around talking about religion, talking about self-help, talking about different things to be into. And I'm not talking about hobbies. Hobbies are cool. I like hobbies. I like music. If I was into cars, I'd talk about cars. If I was into fishing or whatever, hobbies are great. I'm talking about belief systems, and everybody's got one. Number one problem facing every single human being. And I mean that, every human being, not just the church, not just the world, every person who has ever been alive and who will ever be alive and who is alive right now. Horrible relationships. You might have good ones, in which case you're not facing that problem. But I'm going to bring up something about Jesus. Have you ever noticed this? Concerning relationships, important word there. Focus on that. Have you ever noticed, maybe I'm the only one, I don't think I am. Have you ever noticed that Jesus never, ever, ever, but never, under any circumstance, at any time, he never talked about God in the context of a religion. Now, there were things that he brought up talking to the culture and the religious customs of the Jewish people, his own people. Yes, I'm not saying that Jesus never talked about religion, religious customs, because he did. You could prove me wrong like that. I'm just saying he never spoke about he never spoke about God in the context of religion. Prove me wrong. Please do. He predominantly always spoke about God in the context of a relationship. You ever notice this? Go back and read all the red letter print in your Bible. Fathers and sons. He got a lot of parables about fathers and sons. He's got some parables about farmers and land, the relationship between these two things. Here's another one. Trees and fruit. He's not talking about the science of trees and fruit. He's not talking about the religious aspect and how God created a damn tree. He's just talking about the relationship between trees and fruit. Fathers, sons, farmers, and land. Here's one. I like this one. Seasons and signs. So many people, I've seen it right here on Facebook, on YouTube. So many religious leaders, nut jobs, with all this prophetic crap. They're going to teach, they're going to delve into the prophecies of the Bible and interpret them. They're going to tell you that they got a download from God. I just got this download from God. It's nuts. And do I seem negative? I'm sorry if I'm coming across kind of negative. I don't mean to. It's just when I look around, I watch videos, man. I don't just make videos. I also watch them. I just see these videos of these people, these preachers with like whiteboards behind them, writing all this crap down, all this knowledge they're going to impart to you. Self-help gurus. I'm just looking at this and the amount of people watching those videos. Thousands. I'm not talking about 100 views. I'm not talking about 2,000 views. I'm talking about double-digit thousands of views of just another human being putting their 2 cents in. It's the damnedest thing. And everybody's got all these answers, but they're missing one thing. Good relationships. They're like, oh, I got 1,000 friends on Facebook, but they have no idea the definition I just read of the word friend. It's somebody who you understand. I X'd out of it, or else I'd read it again. But it's damn it. I'm sorry. I got to go back and read. Yeah, I'm going to go back and read it again. A person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection. Somebody who one knows. That's an important word. Do you know that person? Do you really know him? So, and here's Jesus. He's not talking about religion when he talks about God. He just talks about God as if he knows him. He talks about a relationship. Signs and seasons. That's where I was. Everybody wants to think about the prophet, the prophetic, the future. So Jesus talks about seasons. And then he talks about the signs of the changing of the seasons. You don't need some download from heaven from another human being. All you got to do is open your damn eyes and look around. If you can tell when the season's going to change, can't you? Can't you tell if God's about to do something? Right? I mean, don't you know God? Or are you still believing in God? Don't you know him? Can't you see that he's doing something? Yeah, that's the whole point that Jesus is trying to get across. Y'all so busy with y'all's little religion and your customs that you have no relationship. And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm just saying. The other y'all, the other them. Yeah. Here's another one. The relationship. Jesus never spoke about God in religion. He always spoke about God in a relationship because that's what he had with God. That's what he has with God. He used the relationship between guests and a party. Guests and party. And he did this all the time. All the time. Here, I have a Bible right here. I guarantee I'm just going to flip the Bible open just randomly to a random verse. I hadn't even looked this up. Here I am. I'm in Mark. And what do we got here? Oh, here we go. A prophet without honor. Jesus is not talking about the institution of prophecy. He's just saying the relationship between a prophet and popularity or honor in this place, in this one. It's crazy, man. The workers are few. Jesus is not saying there's not enough clergy. We got to get more kids to sign up for the monasteries. Is it monastery? Yeah, to go to a monastery or wherever the hell religious people go. What's the other one? Seminary schools. We got to get the attendance of our seminary schools up, get more people trained. It says right here, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. He's just putting it in the context of a relationship between people got to eat and food coming out of the ground. Never. And that's just random. I just opened the Bible and flipped through and found a parable to which Jesus is talking about stuff. He never talks about God in the form of religion. So quick question, why the hell do we? Why do we spend hours listening to religious banter? Why do we read books on theology? Why do we read books on all this other crap? It's because we have no idea about how to have a decent relationship. No concept. And we're over here wanting our kids to do one thing, but we're showing them something completely different with our attitudes and our actions and our decisions. We got to be the example. We want the world to be different. If only we could get them into church and convert them to our religion. How about you just have a relationship with God in which you understand which part of the relationship you are? You're the child. He's the parent. He's the father. How about you just have a relationship with the Father so that you can understand the signs of the changing of the seasons? Then you don't have to watch hours of YouTube prophecy experts telling you something. It's so nuts. This world and the religious leaders and people, my heart breaks for them because there's so many people being tossed this way and that way. They don't even know it. Jesus never put God in religious context. He always put it in the context of relationship. Always put it in the context of friends. And that's why I was singing that dumb theme song when I started. Thank you for being a friend. Have you thought about that? Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to have more influence. Everybody wants to have more power. Everybody wants to have more success, have more fun, have more stuff. What about better friends? Make friends. Just do that. Can you just make some damn friends? Think about that. And how do you make friends, man? How do you make friends with God? How do you make friends with anybody? You understand who you are in the relationship. If you don't know who you are in your earthly relationship, how the hell are you going to know who you are in your heavenly relationship? And we're so busy. I have been so busy arguing with atheists in my time. And I've had a lot of arguments with atheists, a lot of debates. It's a waste of damn time. It's a waste. Absolutely. We got to make friends. Just have some damn friends, man. You can't take any money to heaven. You can't take any arguments to heaven. You can't take your belief system to heaven. What will be in heaven? Some friends that you've made. Friends who have influenced you. Friends that you've influenced. People you know. And just the amount of people who feel isolated and alone and unknown. If you're anything like me, you probably have a lot of thoughts going on in your head. And you wish like hell you could articulate those. Maybe write them. Maybe put them into poetry. Maybe put them into some expression, outward expression, so that people could get to know the real you. Think about that. I have these deep thoughts and I want people to know these thoughts because I think it'll do them some good. Wait a second. What you're saying is you want a friend. Why don't you just make friends with somebody? Instead of trying to think of a way to like influence the internet or be the next greatest thing and have really deep, profound thoughts, why don't you just make friends with somebody? And then in the course of your friendship, they'll get to know the real you and you'll get to know the real them. Damn. I said damn because it's just so simple, man. It's so simple. But people are wasting so much time building church buildings, building organizations, wondering who's going to run what, who's going to take whose place. When the senior pastor dies, who's going to take his place? What's my calling? got to go to seminary school. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to rise up. I spend so much time trying to figure stuff out. We just ain't got no friends. And the friends you do have, you don't really know them. And I say that with total confidence because I hit a time in my life when I was like, wow, these people I call friends, I don't really know them. And why don't I know them? Because I've spent so much time focused on myself that I haven't really been very observant of the people in my life. What a downer. Oh my God. Hey man, this has been Done Believing. I'm moving away from simply believing that I know God straight towards knowing that I know God. So I can be friends with God. All for the purpose of overcoming my own damn delusion. So many people, they're just delusional. And that's not a judgment against people. That's not a put down. That's just the truth. Like 99.9% of the stuff that comes out of people's mouth is just garbage because they don't really know. They're just delusional. They can't help it. They can't help it. They're listening to people they don't know. They're listening to people who aren't even their friends. What a damn shame. Hey, man, we'll catch you back Friday. That's tomorrow. Friday right here on Done Believing. Have a good one.